Yes, guys. How you doing? Welcome back to the Football Inc. Football Inc. How are you? Hope you're all happy and healthy doing the things you love. For those you love to do them with, I'm here with Jonny H. It's another day in the world of football. And there's a massively interesting story that I actually didn't even put on the title by mistake. But I actually think it's probably a bigger story than the one we've got to go through. But we are going to talk about Adam Wharton. He might be snubbing Manchester United, depending on how they do this season. What about Carlos Baleba? Links with him elsewhere as well. And maybe all of it depends really on the future of a certain manager who came out yesterday and spoke very openly and very critically of his chairman and his board. And that is, of course, Oliver Glasner, who went balls deep into the fact that they didn't back him in the summer and that he better back him in January. Otherwise, don't know. And what will that mean? Xabi Alonso under a lot of pressure as well. Will Liverpool turn to Glasner? If not, will they stick with Arne Slot? We're going to talk about all of that stuff and everything else. Your transfer news, views, and clues. Guys, please do smash the like button for me. Smash the subscribe if you enjoy the content and you haven't already. If you are watching this and you haven't subscribed and you want to chat in the chat box, then all you've got to do is hit the subscribe button. It should open up immediately. If it doesn't, just refresh the thing. There's no delay. There's no waiting. Hit the notification bell. That button should be squeezed because we can go live at any time, and drop a comment or two. Let us know your thoughts on the content. Before I hand over to Jonny to find out how he is, just last thing, guys, we are trying to grow the podcast side of the game as well. And so we are on Spotify where you can watch it back. And we are on Apple Pods as well. So if you frequent those areas, then look up Football Inc. and give us a follow or a 5-star rating. Jonny, how are you, my man? Good to see you. Good to see you.
Yeah, not bad, mate. Thanks to everyone who sent the messages after the robbery. Really appreciate it. I'm trying to channel this into this.
Be happy.
Yeah, don't worry. Be happy. Do 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 do. Don't worry. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to channel today, and with the help of Football Inc. news and views, and you guys in the chat, I will certainly achieve that. Yeah, some great stuff. It's been if you're a Spurs fan, it's been a shocking week. If you're a Man United fan, things are looking better. If you're a Liverpool fan, Isak's finally got off and running, but there's Brighton are quietly creeping up and improving, and. We had that fantastic game yesterday, so we'll go through it all. Where do you want to start, Sean?
Should we start with the 1 second? Give me 1 second. Should we start with the... Oh, hang on. Sorry, Sniffer. I'm just seeing it now. He says, just a little thank you to you both. I had cancer surgery in May. Sniffer, I'm so sorry to hear that, my man.
Sorry, mate.
He said, I'm on the mend and my surgery was successful. You've been a big help. Thank you, Shawnee and Jonny. And he gave us a £2 super thanks.
Thank you very much, mate.
Sorry, Sniffer, I didn't see it, mate. I've just hearted it and given it a like, mate. First and foremost, thank you for your support as always. I love you, man. I know you've been around the Spurs talk show for a bit, and it's unusual to find Newcastle fans or whatever. But more important than any of that stuff, man, just really hope that your recovery is going well. Yeah. And glad that we could at least be some sort of support in that regard, mate. But listen, reach out to me anytime, Sniffer, if you want to chat, mate. I'm always here. I know that's a horrible thing to go through, mate.
Listen, it's a good community here. We got a nice group, a core group of people in the chat that are here on a regular basis. And if they miss the chat, if they miss the live, they normally come back afterwards. So we really appreciate you. And anything you want to talk to us about, reach out. And we're happy to chat. So, but all the best, Sniffer. Glad to hear your news, and thanks for your generous gift.
Yeah, and big up to the chat as well for throwing the love. We are one big community. Football community is massive, but we everyone's going through personal things. So big up to you, mate. Big up to you. And by the way, Sniffer, despite your personal issues, mate, you managed to put on a absolute barnstormer for the predicciones, which we're going to come to as well. I think there's no game tonight, is there? So we are done with the football for the weekend. So we can expose Jonny once again for having a stinker.
Yeah. I tell you what. I would say to you guys, if you want to put a place a bet on, what to do is on the Friday,
inverse it.
Reverse whatever I say. Yeah. I might as well have got ChatGPT to predict the scores. I tell you, I couldn't have got them worse wrong. And I'm the guy that triple captain Erling Haaland, right, this week. Unbelievable. Anyway.
I also made that mistake as well, to be fair.
Yeah, listen, I think a lot did. I thought I was doing well. Anyway.
Let's start with the manager stuff, shall we, mate? Oliver Glasner, because I think it all kind of rolls into one.
Yeah, I agree.
So I got some quotes here on the screen. Let me bring them up. He's really gone in. This was after the game. Again, there's a couple of different. There's like some of the quotes are on this particular article, and others are elsewhere. But he said we want to compete in every game, and the club must get the resources to get this done. This is the progress. If we don't want progress, we will stop playing. We will definitely have a good season. If we had done a few things better in the summer, it would have been even better. In January, we need to correct what we missed in the summer. We could have played 34 games, or we would have played 34 games by January the 10th. That's about 60% of the season. I've never talked about the depth, but it feels like it's time because I want to protect the players. We missed the chance to strengthen the squad in the summer. We knew the schedule. We knew Ismail would go to AFCON. Nothing was surprising. When you play European football for the first time in your history, let's invest instead of save. We saved, and this is what we're facing. We all wished for a little more backing. Now, just quickly, Parrish said after they won the Community Shield, he said, I admire Oliver so much. He just wants to win trophies. I don't mind that. Someone at the football club should do. I have other things to worry about. Excuse me. The financial jeopardy. I have to look at everything, but don't think for a minute that I want to do anything other than support them. And then Glasner said, we're trying to find aligned topics before November's win at Wolves. Whether it's possible, whether the club wants to do it, and whether Oliver Glasner wants to do it. The most important thing is whether something is a wish or a goal. The difference is that you have to work and invest for a goal. Everybody wants to win the Premier League, but is it realistic? We have to look at what we have to do to take the next step. It's important for Crystal Palace to grow as an organisation, such as regularly wanting to play European football. I mean, it goes on, mate, but there's other quotes as well from a different article here from the BBC. Just super quick, Johnny, and I'll get your take on it.
Yeah, yes, fine.
He says, we missed a couple of chances in July and August. If the transfer window to make it easy for us. But again, we will stick together and make it better. I think January is too late. We will have played more than 50% of our games by then. Everything was pretty clear, and I didn't say anything. But today, I think it is also time to speak about it, that we missed the chance to play an even better season in the summer. We're still in very good positions, but the chance to play an even better season we threw away. Pretty strong stuff, mate. He's really going after Parrish there. And it was also interesting that Parrish said, someone at the club's got to want to win trophies. I'm more worried about the financial jeopardy, which ties in, Johnny, with what our mate... the Crystal Palace guy from Lyon, what's his name? John Textor said. He said, I wanted to win trophies, but John Textor was more concerned about relegation.
Parrish was more interested in staying in the Premier League and earning some money so he could get his cut, right? I wanted to win like I did at Botafogo.
And he only owns 10% of the club, mate.
Yeah,
40% is owned by now Woody Johnson. And then the other... like 30% of it is owned by the geezer who runs David Blitzer, I think it is, who runs the giant hedge fund Blackstone, not BlackRock, Blackstone. And then there's other shareholders that are like a little bit of this, little bit of that. But this guy Steve Parrish has all the control of the reins, but doesn't really have the equity. It's weird.
Why hasn't he, why haven't they invested in the new stadium or enhancing the stadium or expanding the stadium? Got a great fan base, loyal fan base. Look, personally, I think losing Dougie Freeman was a massive, massive blow to them. He's the guy that's been picking winner after winner after winner for years. The Whartons, the Sars, the Ezes, the Elises, I could go on, right? It's a whole list of fantastic signings. And he's gone now. Look, Oliver Glasner is an interesting one, right? It's funny because here's a guy who could turn around and say, do you know what? I've won you a trophy. You've never won anything in your life, and I won you a trophy. Instead, he said, I've won you a trophy. I want to win more trophies. Not like, there you go, I've won the trophy, complacent. He's trying to move to the next level. Which
Similar echoes of Tottenham Hotspur when we didn't quite make it in 2019, or different?
Well, massively different.
Because of the environment, the stadium build, the debt, all that shit. Right?
Yeah, but look, I think half of Spurs, well, a lot of Spurs' malaise and problems stem from 2019. This has been 6 years of decline at Tottenham Hotspur and toxicity. But going back to Oliver Glasner.
Can I ask you a couple more questions about this Oliver Glasner thing quickly?
Yeah.
Right. Do you remember what else he said? He said, if you sell, he didn't say it, but it was in the press. If you sell Mark Gahey, I'm gone.
That's right. Yeah. Right. I'm gone.
January is around the corner. Liverpool, Arne Slot's on the precipice. He's on the brink. Right. Yeah. 9 defeats in 13, unheard of for Liverpool in the recent years, most years. Some outcomes for you, mate. Arne Slot gets chopped, right? If he loses the next couple of games, imagine Arne Slot goes. Does Liverpool go and find a way to get Mark Gahey, pay a number that Parish can't possibly refuse if he's really worried about financial jeopardy and all that shit, right? And then Ollie Glasner moves straight up there and follows him out the door, like soon. If so, is that the right move for Liverpool, given that Glasner pays a back three and that Liverpool don't have enough defenders as it is, and the defenders that they have got are all
defenders.
Only got 3 defenders, right? And one of them has got his head turned, but he's played himself out of a move to Real Madrid in Konate. The other one's clearly on the decline in Virgil van Disney. And then if they do get Gahey, like they still need another one or another 2 because like to play a back 3, you need 5 or 6 defenders. So there's that scenario. At the same time, you've got Xabi Alonso. There's civil war happening at Real Madrid. And it's easier for the chairman at top, Perez or whoever it is, to sit there and say, you know what, Galacticos, right? I would much rather keep Vinny Jr. happy and Rodrigo happy and Valverde happy and whoever else, rather than keeping Xabi fucking Alonso happy, who hasn't exactly smashed it out of the park anyway. So he might go. Like, if you're Liverpool and Slot leaves, they would go for Alonso over Glasner, wouldn't they?
Well, look, it's interesting. First of all, have players taken over the building completely, right? Are they, they're arguing with the fans. They're telling the owners, we don't want the manager, even though he's been there 5 minutes, because the manager says you're not good enough, you're not working hard enough, you're not playing. I'm going to tell on you. I'm going to go and tell the headmaster. Headmaster, yeah, the teacher's not playing me. Says I'm not doing well. I'm working really hard. Look, at the end of the day, I think some of these players need a fucking wake-up call first and foremost. But as far as Oliver Glasner is concerned, I think wondering if his timing's a bit wrong, because had Manchester United lost against Palace, that could have been an audition. I think that was an audition at Crystal Palace. He's probably thinking, that's probably why he's pissed off. If I beat Amorim, right, and smash Man United out the park, hey, when they sack him, I'm the man.
Glasner to United makes more sense than anything else, doesn't it?
Correct. And he
they've
went
already
and
built a
me.
team for him, haven't they, basically?
Yeah. So the guy's beating him. Amorim's beating him, and he's pissed off. He's pissed off. We play during the week. We don't have strong depth. That fucker's beaten me. I lost my 13 undefeated at home in 13 games, and I lose to Ruben Amorim in the job that I would like at Man United, playing the back 3. Right. I think that's what's pissed him off more than anything, if you want my honest opinion.
Do you see there's going to be a merry-go-round there, or do you think there will be? Like, imagine if Real Madrid chop down, because I mean, look, Real Madrid, yeah, they're still doing fine in the La Liga, but they always would do. They drew with Elche, but they conceded 3 against Olympiacos in the Champions League last week.
Yeah,
right. They're not great. They've got civil war. There's as many Galacticos that are behind him as there are that are against him. Correct. How do you get a happy? You can't sack 25 players, and Real Madrid care about the status of the players, right? You don't want to lose a Vinny Jr. like just so you can keep a Xabi Alonso. Managers come and go, but Vinny Jr. those sorts of players, are so important for the brand of Real Madrid. So, maybe Xabi Alonso gets cut. If that happens, does Liverpool then go? Xabi Alonso's don't come around very often.
He understands Liverpool. He understands.
He's born to manage Liverpool. Right?
Yeah, I can see. Look, I could definitely see Alonso at Liverpool. I could definitely see Oliver Glasner at Man United. If Amorim, look, they're going to give Amorim time. It's obvious. Every time he looks like he's about to get the tin tack, he wins a game of football. It's like,
yeah, but you're prolonging the inevitable, aren't you? Because it's what you win one, lose one, win one, lose one.
Yeah, but I think he's, I don't see Klopp coming back unless there was some cry for him to come back. The Messiah returns. And it's interesting because Spurs fans, when we were linked with Oliver Glasner when he was at Eintracht Frankfurt, no thanks, no, not for me. But I thought you want someone that, yeah, but no. He's not been great since. No, not for me. I think Spurs actually, he was on their list, but they decided not to pursue it.
Did you take Glasner at Tottenham and play a back three system?
Yeah. I mean, listen, I like Glasner. Just to make it clear, I like Glasner, I like Iraola, and I like Thomas Frank. We chose Thomas Frank. I got behind him. I think he's a really good coach.
That's fair. I remember you saying that. Yeah,
it hasn't worked, but there's a difference, guys. And I keep saying this to people: there's a difference between speaking up for a coach and then realizing the guy's he's in the mud, right? I'm not going to sit here and defend the indefensible. But unfortunately, in this community, when you said you think Thomas Frank is a good coach and he's this, they'll clip it and call it back on you.
As soon as you have an opinion, and then that opinion then has to manifest because he's come to the club, right? Then you're next on the line, right? It's the same with Ademola Lookman, mate. I was looking at my Spotify uploads on Spurs Talk Show, and I never look at the comments in it, right? Because it's a relatively small sort of channel, whatever. There's the same guy in every video that says, Butler, I totally know that you and Jonny love Ademola Lookman, but can you please go one video without mentioning him? If Ademola Lookman does join Tottenham and he doesn't smash it, you and I are toast. He's toast. You know? Absolute toast.
But look, the thing is, the thing is with all of these managers, right? Look, the only manager that I've not understood this season getting the sack was Nuno. I did not get it. And, I know West Ham got beaten yesterday, but you know what they did? They showed fight. They fought right to the end, right? They were still pushing, even though Paqueta, I mean, what is that all about?
Yeah,
go away. Okay, there you have it. Now fuck off. Absolutely
madness that the captain of the football club didn't tell him to piss off before that. Like it was like, and the fact that it was already on a yellow card. Like, what are we doing here? Just absolute donuttery.
Yeah. So the thing is here, right? I think we're dealing with a lot of toxicity in the boardrooms, fan bases, players. We had Idris Gay the other week clumping Keane. We've got, the toxicity at Spurs calling out the players calling out the fans, the manager calling out the fans. I mean, it's not just our club. It's happening, in a lot of clubs, a lot of unhappy fans and what have you. I would take Glasner. Question: why would Glasner or Iraola come to Spurs? Number one. And number two, Iraola didn't win any of his first 10 games at Spurs. He'd get the sack. If he didn't win one game in the first 10, he'd be out, right? Oliver Glasner struggled in his first few games, first 13 games for Crystal Palace. Patience. He's not going to get it if we lose against Newcastle and we lose against.
It's a lot that has to change at Tottenham, though, mate. Like you can change the manager.
Yeah, it's more than that.
It's more than that. But we have to talk a little bit about. I don't know if you've seen Thomas Frank's pre-match press conference quotes.
No, not yet. Well, for tomorrow.
I've got them here. Yeah, for tomorrow. I'll read them out to you quickly. He said, I completely understand the frustration. This is regards to the fans. He said, if we don't win, there will always be a frustration. In fact, let me just share it on the screen. There will always be a frustration. We have not won much at home this season. Really? Not much.
Haven't won much at home for the last.
We've won one game at home this season. We've equalled the record for Tottenham Hotspur's worst ever calendar year of home defeats. 10 defeats, right? If we lose to Brentford, it's the worst ever in home defeats, and I think it's our second worst calendar year ever of home wins. It's shocking. We have not won much at home this season, and also last, so frustration can grow. It's my job to do what we can to have calm. We are nothing without the fans. Tottenham Hotspur is nothing without the fans. My point was that during matches, we need each other. Afterwards, the booing can be fair. During, we need to make it a fortress. And do that, we need to be together. I agree with that on that point, to be honest. In terms of the team news, everyone that was ready for the Fulham match is ready for Newcastle. So there's no one back. He said, regarding 13 goals in 4 games, he said, you can say the 4 goals we conceded against United and Fulham are some of the goals I'd like to avoid more of. I think they had 5 and 7 shots. The XG was very low. In the other 2, we conceded too many shots. Yeah, because when is someone going to pick up on the fact that we're leaving that D on?
I think, Sean, all Spurs need to do is to move that set that he's worked out, just edge it out, just a fraction to the edge of the box that covers.
Dedicate one man to sit on the edge of the D, mate.
I don't think one man.
One of them to sit on the D. Whoever it is, Salah, Bergwijn, one of the midfielders. Your job, whenever someone gets down at Pedro Porro, it doesn't matter. Even if Pedro Porro gets left isolated, or you don't play Pedro Porro for a while, by the way, also after what he said and what he did, Pedro Porro, I think he deserves. I'm going to come to that comment because he actually defends Pedro Porro in a second. But anyway, we'll come back to it in just a second. I don't know. This is on the true fans. I don't know, and you can say how you define a true Spurs fan. I think, or you defined it the other day, mate. You said anyone who boos a player is not a true Spurs fan. I think all the fantastic fans we have believe they're true Spurs fans. Some react in one way, some react in another way. Some are a little bit in between. No matter what, we need all of them. Well, he said that he already defined it. There was another comment that he said about this hasn't updated, but he did say he said Newcastle are good. They've been good for a long time since Eddie Howe took over. I said that before. I admire Eddie and his coaching staff and everything they do massively. They're a very intense team, very aggressive. Speaking about having a good home record, that's a difficult place to go. Everyone knows that. I think they have won the last 6 games at home, so perfect timing, good but not unbeatable. I think he also defended Pedro Porro, basically saying that Porro was fine with his social media reaction. Johnny, he said that they were all individuals and there was nothing unreasonable in what he said. I think Pedro Porro shouldn't be playing tomorrow.
Jed Spence will 100% be playing, and if he plays on the right, then Destiny Udogi's got to up his game, because I thought it was absolutely shocking. Did absolutely nothing. All those clamouring for him to be part and parcel.
I'm more worried about Anthony Gordon having a field day against Porro than I am Alanga having a field day against Udogi. So you put Jed Spence out there, and then and like I say, you put one player and say your job is to kind of control that area just outside the box, because we concede so many shots from there, mate. It's madness.
Let me tell you something. If Pedro Porro had an unbelievable game against Fulham and he got pissed off, okay. But he was shocking. That first half performance, he was caught time and time again. If it wasn't for Mickey van der Ven, we probably would have been 4-0 down. Listen, there's so much. Do you know about flipping just quickly? Do you know what I noticed? The bravery of Chelsea yesterday. When they were down to 10 men, Sean, and Arsenal got a corner, what did they do? They didn't do what Tottenham do and put every single player in the box. It's another thing I can't stand. Every single player defending. Not one on the edge of the box in case it comes out to the edge of the box, right?
Or like what Monaco did, 2 of them on the halfway line.
Right, so this is what I was about to say. Chelsea, with 10 men, put 2 players on the halfway line when Arsenal had a corner, Sean.
Yeah.
I've never seen a penalty box look so empty. Now, why aren't more clubs doing what Chelsea did yesterday? Because it threw Arsenal.
It's the iterations, mate. It's the iterations. It always takes someone to create something different, and then suddenly everyone goes, "Oh, that's good," until it doesn't work, and they go, "Well, fucking idiots for doing something different," right? But you're right. Like every situation,
why shouldn't we always
there's an opportunity and a threat in every situation. When you have the ball, if you move it too slow, then you're giving up your opportunity. If you move it too fast, you're picking up a threat that's going to get transitioned on. When Monaco put the 2 guys against us on the halfway line from the corner kicks, it screwed us over, right? But the reason they did that was because, I mean, they took a risk, right? If it doesn't work, if Tottenham put in a brilliant corner and then we head it home because there's 2 players that could have been in the box defending, then it looks like a donut move. But when the corner kick delivery isn't sensational and then the goalkeeper can release it very quickly, then Tottenham look like they're caught out like risk reward.
I don't get it, mate. When I coach kids football, I always had one player on the edge of the box in case the ball came out from the corner. And I had one that was inside our own half, but near the halfway line, right? So first of all, what I used to do is if the ball gets out, try to get it. If the guy on the edge of the box is there to either block the ball coming back or to get the ball up to the guy by the halfway line as quickly as possible and then support the run. But we don't do any of that. How can you've got no outlet?
Yeah, we don't do it.
We got no outlet.
Yeah.
And I don't understand why more and more clubs have not gone to at the back. I'll tell you what, though, that Hincapié looks an absolute animal, doesn't he?
What a good-looking bloke as well. What a good-looking. I'm often found on this channel, like giving credit to the good-looking people in football. The Brighton manager is a fucking smoke show of a bloke, and that Hincapié is a good-looking. I'm not, by the way, no Diddy. I'm just saying he's. They're good guys. Just quickly. Both the Newcastle fans that are in here, Sniffer and Foxy, are saying. Obviously, I completely understand Harvey Barnes is on wild form, so yeah, I get it. Foxy said, "I don't want. Where is it? Where's his comment? He said he doesn't want Anthony Gordon anywhere near the first 11. Can't find your comment, Foxy.
I think it's the hairband.
Has he dropped off a cliff or something? I'd take Anthony Gordon in a fucking heartbeat. In a heartbeat. If you don't want Anthony Gordon, like, here's 80 million, please and thank you.
We don't have enough.
Thank you. No, maybe not. Let's do a couple of super chats, and then we'll carry on with the show.
Sean, you could make a compilation of Sean's complimenting men and Jonny cancelling the shows.
Oh no! What did he just say? Let's go for a choo-choo train, shall we? The super sticker train of love has absolutely commenced. And who would you think was the first one out of the traps? It's my man, Dino Ciudini. Ciudini, big up to you, buddy. I hope you're okay, mate. Thank you again, as always, mate. As always, supporting the channel, supporting every channel. Sorry, love. No ketchup on your chips. YouTube bills to pay. Appreciate you, Dino. Thank you very much, my man. Thank you very much. Bourbon Buzzard, my man, the man who does a bit thing or two around a politician or two. He's a lovely fella. I haven't seen your email yet, man. I need to log back into that account, but I appreciate you very much, mate. And I will respond to you after the show now. Appreciate you for the super sticker, mate. Thank you very much. Choo-choo to you. Choo-choo to you indeed. Bantry, come on you Spurs, has said Francolino Jew from MC Midtjylland more likely than Ademola Lookman. What do you think about Francolino Jew, mate? It's a player that we talk about quite often on this channel, don't we?
He looks an absolute monster, right? He'd probably arrive at us and can't kick a ball. But, you know, it's worth a punt. Definitely worth a punt. He's a monster, isn't he?
30 million euros, apparently.
I mean, 21. I'd like to see his passport before we sign him. Right? Because I've not seen many 21-year-olds look like they're 36. But...
Yeah. He's definitely a little bit questionable on his face.
I still got him.
He's a monster of a bloke, though, mate. He's an absolute beast. He's a huge. He's a train.
He's an absolute monster. Don't tell me. I'm worried now. Sean's going to tell me he's smoking hot. I mean,
I'm sure he took his top off. It would make the girls go weak at the knees. I'm sure he's got. I bet he's got like me. Do you remember Micah Richards, when he was like 21 years old? There was a picture. I always remember it. Because he got outed for doing some, like, I don't know, like him and a mate having the time of their lives with some bird in the bathroom when they were in a nightclub or whatever in Manchester. And there was a picture of him with his shirt off. And he was just like unbelievable, like chiseled. And he said, I never work out. I've always been built like this. It's just part of the DNA. Obviously, now he's about 38 and he's a little bit, out. He doesn't play football anymore. Now he's a unit of a guy. Though. The suits, he must get custom made suits because he's just an absolute builder, isn't he, old Micah Richards? So I think Francolino Jew's quite similar.
He's very similar. And the chat's very worried that you've gone from Helga Hreidarsson to Hulk Hogan. And I think really. No,
I'm comfortable in my sexuality. I'm fine with it. I know a good-looking bloke when I see one.
Yeah,
and I know a good-looking bird when I see one. It's fine. It's fine. No problems there. Big up to you, Bantry, mate. Yeah, listen, Francolino Jew is an interesting one. I think there's risk with him. But look, what he's done that Samu hasn't done is score against top teams big teams in Europe. He's done it in the European League. Samu only ever scores against bottom half teams in the Portuguese League, and bottom half teams in the Portuguese League are championship level at best. So,
for me, I think I would rather go Jew than Agahiwa, and I'd rather go for Jew and Lookman. Oh shit, I've mentioned him. Sorry.
I have to be careful with this one, mate, because if he does come to Tottenham, I think it's a decent chance that he might. That's the thing. Like when I do my transfer news, views, and clues videos, and I'm talking about like 100 players a month or whatever, knowing full well that 99% of them are never going to come. So I could say, oh, he's a baller, or he needs to work on this and that, knowing full well that, even if I say I really like him, he won't come to Tottenham. But whenever they do come, it's then the people that have listened to you say what you said, then they can see whether or not the player actually does represent what you said about them.
Obviously, we got people in this chat to look out for Elche, Cremonese, and all the teams that that we support. And as Foxy said, Samu would be a lot more expensive than Francolino.
Yeah, he's got a 90 million euro release. I think maybe it's 100 million euros, like 85 million quid. He wouldn't go for that much, but I don't want to see Tottenham drop 60 million quid on him. He might be a brilliant player, but there's a lot of unknowns, A lot of unknowns.
More youngsters. Jimmy Savile never said that, did he? But I think our club, Spurs, need oven-ready players for the league.
I agree.
There's a lot of demand. I would say that Arsenal are probably the only club that don't need any players at the moment in the January transfer window, yet they're still being linked with plenty, Sean.
Yeah. Have you heard about this 18-year-old out of Porto, by the way? I mentioned him on my video on the other channel earlier. I was like, listen, I'm always talking about bigger, stronger, faster, but there's an 18-year-old
for his height, isn't he?
Yeah. The guy's 5'6", right? He's, I think his name's Rodrigo Mora.
5'6" in heels, he is, I reckon.
Yeah. Rodrigo Mora. He's unbelievable looking talent, though. But he's, it could be Brian Hill vibes, or it could be like, Lionel Messi vibes. I'm not sure, but he's an absolute treat to look at. Not like that.
I know, but Mora makes Brian Gill look like Hulk Hogan. Honestly, he's a fantastic player. But he's tiny, but he's stocky. He's
feisty, yeah. Feisty player, for sure.
We see
Spurs OC says, trying times in the kingdom for a change. Big up. In the United Kingdom? Definitely trying times here, mate. Definitely trying times here.
In the Spurs Kingdom and United Kingdom. Thanks very much. I'm sure it's all rosy in the Orange County garden. But thanks for that, OC.
Thank you, mate. Thank you, buddy. And then Adam Horlock as well, my man. How you doing, Adam? Good to see you, buddy. Thank you again. Choo to you, buddy. Choo to you. Thank you very much for your support as well, as always, mate. As always. Should we talk a bit about Adam Wharton, Johnny?
What a player! Listen, when I tell you what happened back in November 2023, was it 24? I can't remember now. Before we signed. Archie Gray, 23, was it? Yeah, man. I looked at Archie Gray and I saw the game, Chelsea, what have you, said, what a great player, how much they wanting for him. They're wanting £40 million and Joe Rodon. And I said, I'll forget that, right? We should go for Adam Wharton. No one went for him. Do you know what I loved about him? And when I used to go watch the games in Blackburn, I found him by default, if I'm brutally honest. You know, like when you're channel flicking, watching a bit of game, or you've come in and you've seen the game. I see this kid win the ball back, bang. Win the ball back, bang. And I thought, wow, this kid's great. Started to look more into him, look out for him. Obviously, he's come on my radar. Dougie Freedman was the only one that just didn't mess around, went straight in the January transfer window, paid nearly 25 million with add-ons. What a bargain that is. If you took Adam Wharton out of that Crystal Palace team, they'll be nowhere near as good. I mean, they're managing just fine without Eze. But he is like, it's the engine room. He's their Rodri.
They have no depth, though, mate. They're very lucky they don't have much injuries, correct, because they've only made 11 changes to their first 11 all season.
Which is
why by far in the Premier League. We make about 11 a week.
Yeah, but this is why Glasner's like gone on about it. We do have the most injuries, though, of any club in the whole of Europe. So that's, that is something. But yeah, he's a superb player. The thing is, it's very important where he goes from this point on in his career.
Yeah, and he said today, or not, he hasn't said, but the intimations are that he said he like, if United want me, I'll think about it, but only if you're playing in Europe. He's not going to go to a team that isn't in Europe.
Well, so there you have it. Is he going to go to Chelsea? No. They've got ballers there that can't get in the team. Lavia's there, Enzo, Caicedo, and so on and so forth. Arsenal, he's not getting any game time there. Man City? Could he go to Man City and be their new Rodri, winning the ball, delivering the ball in midfield? Could he be the one? Yeah, I would say that Man City, for
slightly different player, slightly different player, but
well, Angus has just come in, funny enough, and he said the same. For me,
I think it's logical for sure.
For me, step up. Listen, I think Manchester City are a shadow of their former self. When you lose the likes of Kevin De Bruyne, prime Kevin De Bruyne, you miss Bernardo Silva, prime Gundogan, and Rodri. Those players, you cannot leave them alone, right? You can't replace those players, should I say? They need to try and find someone, because I don't think Garcia, as well as he's played, is not fit to lace Rodri's boots at the present moment. So I would say Man City.
Nico Gonzalez, sorry.
Yeah, sorry. I don't know why I said Garcia. I meant Gonzalez, Nico Gonzalez.
Yeah, look, I think, you're right. Nico Gonzalez is a bit of he's flattering to deceive. Yeah, he can have good moments, but he's a bit of a flat track bully. I think that, I don't hate that story, mate. Adam Wharton he also does want to return to the Northwest, right? So, he'd like to go back up north, but he doesn't want to go to a team that doesn't play in Europe. So if United continue to have volatility, then they probably pivot to Carlos Baleba, who's going to cost them as much, potentially. Carlos Baleba, by the way, has had he's not been sensational this season. Last season, he was a brilliant breakout year, but in the last month or so, I mean, there's Ryan's in the house, who's a Brighton fan, I think. Ryan, let me know. Am I right in thinking that he's dropped off a little bit? He's not quite the player that
Heads turn, mate. Heads turn.
Maybe.
Young player. Someone's promised him. His agent's promised him all the gold they can eat. You're playing for Brighton. You come over, and suddenly Man United are on your doorstep. A dream come true. Okay,
yeah.
And it's all fallen by the wayside. Meanwhile, it hasn't affected Brighton. They've got some class signings, mate. Minte, De Cooper, who's scored the goal. De Cooper, and you got I
like their player Van Hecker, by the way. Their left-sided centre back Van Hecker. I'd take him in a heartbeat. I think.
And the manager's done a really good job. A really, really
on
good
his
job.
hair. What a good-looking boy. Oh, we lost Johnny. Oh, you lost me. You with me, or is Johnny gone?
I'm here. I'm not going there tomorrow. And Angeball Horns is saying, Johnny, did you see Adeyemi and Lookman's goal last night? Bro, I'm worried that we might well have missed the chance to sign an absolute baller.
I didn't see the goal.
But the manager has gone, right? The problem was the manager. He wanted to leave anyway. He'd had enough. He'd been there 3 years. He wanted to go. I think you're right. I think we might have missed our chance to sign.
He's only got 6 months left on his contract, doesn't? No, he hasn't. That's not true. He's got a year and a half.
Would you want to come to Spurs? Where are you in the league right now? Well, we're struggling in the league. We're out the cup.
No, I think you could get him. You say, look, mate, you immediately walk into our left side. Right, you create balance. You hold the ball up. He's a goal scorer. He's a class player, mate. He's a class player. Yes, there's a little bit of question marks around him, but you know what? Take a stab. Take a view. Have a crack. Pay them 30, 40 million, whatever it is that they want. We need a player like that. I don't think we're going to get Semenyo. I don't think we're going to get Fofana. He's injured anyway. I don't think you're going to get Yildiz. And so, yes, there's other left wingers out there. Maybe you could go and get Matoma, but I don't know. Probably, he's proven. I think he would be immediately improve us. But I'd like to see us, either go and get that guy, Iliman Ndiaye. I like him, but Iliman Ndiaye he's versatile, but he traditionally plays a bit more on the right side. I don't think he's going anywhere either. So for me, I think that Lookman is just he's homegrown as well. Adeyemi Lookman, right, which counts and it helps. And I think that I just go and get it done, mate. Go and get it done. I got obscene confidence in this one that it'll be a ball.
Listen, you and I have just been waxing lyrical about him, and he just keeps on scoring. He got a goal and an assist for Atalanta in their 3-0 win against Eintracht Frankfurt in the week. He's just a consistent baller. Goals, assists, power, pace, everything you need for the Premier League, guys. That's it.
Yeah. It might be a bit of a donut. But, I think maybe we need a few donuts, like a few, spicy personalities, because I'm not saying he's a donut. I'm just saying that they're like, maybe there's something.
It depends. If I don't mind. Look, it's one thing. If he's a ring donut, that could be a problem. But if he's a jam donut with a soft centre, right?
If he can jam the ball into the back of the net a few times, I'm fine with that,
If he's a jam donut with a soft centre, I'm willing to take him on board. Right, I don't want someone that's hollow in the middle.
Yeah, exactly, 100%.
Who else have you got there? What's the other one? I've got loads.
John, Spurs still looking for a world-class goalkeeper in January. That was the article, wasn't it? A couple of weeks ago, John. I don't know, mate. I don't know, to be honest. I've not heard much about that. I'll tell you what, though. I think Jonny and I are both in the same camp. Mike Maignan has got 6 months left on his deal at AC Milan. That guy knows how to read a penalty. I think he's saved more penalties on a ratio of penalties faced to penalties saved than most goalkeepers in Europe, and not like our keeper who telegraphs himself every single time.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's very similar to Vicario, because I think Vicario's missed more penalties than any other goalkeeper.
Vicario hasn't even gone the right way. He's never even got close. Never even got close.
He must mutter under his breath, right? I'm going to go right. I'm going to go right. I'm going to go right. You're going to go right, are you? I'll go left. I don't understand.
He never even guesses the right way. The one time that we saved, that we had a penalty in the Super Cup that was like a penalty missed for PSG. The geezer hit it like 4 foot wide, but Vicario still went the wrong way. When we thought we had the tree. I thought there was no one worse in penalties than Fraser Forster.
And then along comes Big Vic. A lot of people in the chat asking to sign Ter Stegen, make Vic back up. Listen, I'm all for it. Listen, Chelsea were desperately sniffing around Mike Maignan. They couldn't agree a fee with AC Milan. But Sanchez, mate, we gave him a lot of stick. He's having a very good season, sure.
Yeah, he's a solid goalkeeper. No doubt he's a solid goal. He had a bit of a stinker last year.
Yeah.
A lot of Chelsea goalkeepers have had stinkers. Kepa was... How much did Kepa cost? Like 80 million quid or something? And then he gets farmed out to be on Arsenal's bench. Not great. Not great. Sorry, Matthew Ball's correcting me here. Vicario has saved 5 penalties in his career to date. 4 of these were saved for Empoli and Venezia in Serie A and Serie B, and he has not yet saved the penalty from a Premier League player. Okay, so yeah, I mean, I wasn't too familiar with him when he was in.
Yeah, but I mean, when you say it's not true, I mean we're going back a long time. Okay, years. How many penalties has he faced? What is his success ratio? Come back to me with the penalties and how many times he's guessed the right direction.
I'm not so interested in the save. I'd actually just be more interested in the percentage of times he's guessed the right way.
That's what I'm saying. Right? And that's including.
I don't always expect goalkeepers to save penalties. I know that's hard, but at least get the right one on the like just on the law of averages. You'd think that if he just stood still like a statue and then waited until the ball was hit, he might go the right way at least one in every two.
Diving over the ball, even like to make it look like you're about to go. Dive over the ball. Can't get down. Just dive over it. Let's go to some.
We got to do a bit of predicciones as well, mate. But if you got some more transfer news, views, and
hang on, I deleted it. Hang on a second. Go on, you carry on, and I'll come back. I'll just delete.
I'll just do a quick super chat then from Dermatron from Tottenham, THFC till we die. Big ups you, Dermo. Guys, if you're a Spurs fan, make sure you subscribe to THFC till we die. He says, big up Sean and Jonny. Saturday was not good enough. We had better be better. Oh, we must be better when I am in when I'm at the game. Oh, we had better win. There you go. We had better win when I am at the game on Saturday. Are you coming over? Okay, cool, man. If I get there, I haven't been to Tottenham for a while because my season ticket. Obviously, I can't sell the tickets, but I can't justify the effort to get out there. It's just a joke. But if you're going to be there, mate, I'll try my best. Enoch need to step up big time in January. This is the problem for me, Dermo, mate, is I said this on a video I did earlier on. I genuinely, and I think it's the name of the title of the show that I've set up for Spurs 5 tonight. Like, it's like, who's to blame is one part of the conversation, but when everything's a little bit shit, you have to think, right, if you're a manager, do you really want to come to Tottenham right now when you know that there's zero patience for bedding in periods? If you're a player, like a Lookman, like an Ivan Toney, like whoever it is that we're trying to get, whatever happens in January, does some of the toxicity that is surrounding the club right now result in players saying, why would I go to Tottenham? Like, their fans boo you if you make a mistake, and it's like, listen, I think that the fans shouldn't boo players. Definitely not in the game. It's just it's a zero sum. There's no value in it. It's apart from you feeling a little bit better that you're telling someone that they're a donut. But generally speaking, it's not gonna help you in any way, shape, or form. It's wrong to do it. It's stupid to do it. But can I understand fans that do it? Yeah, 100%. Like I said on videos, I think that if you there's a lot of things that you do in life that are stupid, but that are justifiable in the moment. Like if you've had a horrible day at work, you've had an argument with your missus or whatever else, and you want to sink a few beers to make yourself feel better. Are you going to be better at work tomorrow hungover? No. If your boss is on you because you're not performing, does coming into work the next day hungover solve that? Absolutely not. But is it justifiable that you have a few beers to get over the stress of the previous day? 100%. In life, lots of things that are stupid are justifiable or understandable. But I genuinely think that there's more collateral damage from these sorts of toxic behaviours that are happening at Tottenham right now. I genuinely think that managers and players alike will probably look at Tottenham and think, not interested in going there. Sorry, Jonny, have you found your thing?
All right, I've just deleted the entire list of all my transfers that I've made up.
Oh, okay. I've got them on the transfer market.
I was going to say to you, look, this has been going on before Ange Postecoglou and before Thomas Frank.
Yeah.
We've lost at home 22 league games last season, 5 this season, 27 league games at home. League games at home we've lost since August 2024. It's unacceptable.
We've lost more games in our stadium than Arsenal have in their stadium, right? And they've been there since 2004 or something.
Yeah. 27 losses at home. This isn't a new thing. And, it's a malaise. The players do not relish playing at the stadium. But hang on, you've got to get some balls, mate. You're getting paid vast sums of money. Get in there and start showing it. And believe me, if you start scoring goals and start putting your body on the line and the fans can see it, you'll get applauded off of the pitch. It's been a long time since that game against, interesting, here we have Spurs getting beaten by Chelsea. What was it, 4-1? What was that game against Chelsea? Where we had 9 men. What was the score? 4-1, was it?
3-1.
3-1.
No,
right?
No, 4-1.
4-1.
But it could have been. Let me turn my thing off for a second. It could have been 2-2, wouldn't it? Eric Dyer was a toenail offside.
I'm just saying. We've gone from that where we lost 4-1 and the fans cheered them off the pitch to losing 2-1 at home and getting absolutely roasted by the fans on the pitch. And the fact is the fact that this is coming from a long, long way again.
I hear you, mate. I hear you.
Saying in the chat, Angus is saying, what's the source saying that Arsenal are in for Adeyemi?
There's loads of sources. Let me get it up for you. Adeyemi, Arsenal. It's on Court Offside. It's on United District, Football Fan, Football Talk. It's on Sky Sports. It's on Football 365, ESPN, Football London. So, it's getting around. Football London, I guess, and ESPN, and Sky Sports probably the best one. They're all saying that basically Adeyemi wants to leave Dortmund, and that the £75 million star wants a gunner's move. Apparently, according to Football London, Dortmund are set to demand 75 million quid for Karim Adeyemi. Interesting player, mate. Like a speedster, he can play left, right, or through the middle. Very talented, scored lots of goals. I think he's 21, 22 years old, 23 years old, I think he is, sorry. Really good player, mate. Really interesting player. But I genuinely think that those sorts of, sometimes at least, I think that Adeyemi, if you're going to go to a team that is, that faces low blocks most of the time, not always sure if your speed is gonna be, as accentuated as if you went to a team that was up and coming in the Premier League and that had a bit more balance in the opposition style. Because I just think that when you go to Arsenal, right? How often does Gyökeres get to show his pace, or how often does Bukayo Saka get put through and has? But it's not that sort of style, is it? Like they have to kind of beat.
Not so high line. It looked like Gyökeres was so desperate yesterday. He almost took out what's name's teeth, didn't he? The keeper. I've just found my list, Sean.
Have Arsenal not got enough wingers, mate? What are we doing here, Angus?
I know.
You got almost as many wingers as Chelsea. Eze can play off the left. You've got Madueke. You've got Saka. You've got
Martinelli,
Trossard. Jesus can play over there if needed. Like that. I'd like
more wingers than Nando's, mate. More wingers than Nando's.
Both Arsenal and Chelsea are just like stacking up the wingers. Go on, mate. Go for your list.
And they're also after Keenan Yildiz, Arsenal.
Right. Well, one or the other. It won't be both, will it? If it is, it's just madness.
No, it's mad. Arsenal sporting director Andreas Berta is leading the race, according to reports, for Elche Spanish midfielder Rodrigo Mendoza ahead of the January transfer window opening, with both Barcelona and Real Madrid also interested in the Elche star. He's been superb, and I would guess that the draw with Real Madrid the other night, where he played well again, would have
put him on the map a little bit. The only thing is, mate, is that he's only been in the La Liga. He's played 40 odd games in his career, but 80% of them have been in La Liga 2, right? And Elche have come up and done well, but it's a small sample size. I ran him through the Y Scout tool because you mentioned him a couple of shows ago. It's such a small sample size, mate. It's like, I don't know, like when we took a punt on Archie Gray because he'd done really well in the Championship and then played well in a couple of games against Chelsea or whatever else. Think about Jed Spence, right? Championship level, extraordinary, plays against Arsenal, plays against Forest, or whoever it was in various cup games and stuff, outperforms. And then I just think the sample size is too small to be sort of waxing lyrical about this player. He does look like a really good player, but it's you understand what I mean?
You can see class And no, when Arsenal bought Martinelli, or they bought some of their players, and Chelsea bought some of their players that they're holding on to, Esteval and some of the others, the Ecuadorian kids that they bought, that they got coming through, that they can definitely tell. Chelsea are reportedly continuing to monitor Murillo with long-term plans to bring the highly rated centre back to Stamford Bridge, but he signed a new contract at Forest, I think, to 2029, which would mean it will take an absolutely huge bid to get him out. They're looking for another centre back. I've lost count how many centre backs they've actually bought, but I think they will buy a centre back in the January transfer window. The question is who. And talking about Iliman Ndiaye, Everton said they will not entertain any offers whatsoever, and especially not selling him to Liverpool. Go on.
I just feel like I've read all the articles that are saying that Everton don't need to sell. I can't really understand. I can't square that circle with all of the debt from the new stadium and the fact that Moshiri basically almost bankrupted them, and the fact that they failed PSR, FFP 2 times.
How's it suddenly okay?
And then the Freaking Group come in. Listen, I said it at the time, the Freaking Group are amazing, right? The Freaking Group are an amazingly well-run organisation. They are freaking amazing. I said, Everton fans, rest easy, man. You're going to be fine with them. But 70 million quid comes in, 75 million quid, you take it, and then you go and get someone like a Malik Fofana for 30 million quid because Leon and Nest need the money. And then you put the other 40 million quid and you go and get a striker because they need a striker like, Tottenham need a fucking exorcist or whatever. Right. There's Everton have a massive hole in the striker department. I don't know if they have the money. I don't know. I can't understand how they don't need to sell thing. I just think that they have things that they need to do, and you could probably replace Iliman Ndiaye with a player that has better output, but is also tricky and everything else, and then also use the change that's left over for a striker, because it hasn't really worked out with Tierney Barry. Certainly didn't. Dominic Calvert-Lewin wasn't the guy. Richarlison wasn't really the guy. I think Everton need a striker to come in and really up.
I hope they do better with the money than Spurs did with Gareth Bale and Luka Modric, because we pissed it up.
They might, but I might be wrong. Like I don't know. Like all of the reports say they don't need to sell, which is okay, fair enough. I'm just sitting there thinking, how?
I could have done with Dominic Calvert-Lewin.
That fucking idiot.
No one's ever
so bad. He's so bad.
Liverpool are set to table a €52 million or £52 million bid for Real Madrid's French midfielder Eduardo Camavinga. Tell me something. How old do you think Camavinga is? Because he feels like he's been around for a long
He's
long
young. He's like 20, 21, 20.
23. Yeah, he's 23. I just thought he was.
No, he's older than that. Is he? I thought he'd been. Yeah, I knew he was super young, but.
And there's another thing that we've been talking about here quite a lot. When is it going to come as a complete convenience for Arne Slot to wave goodbye to Mohamed Salah and say, thank God he's off to Africa because we need a team without him, right? And if I drop him, it could be an issue. He dropped him against West Ham and has already been having to defend it. He said, we play 4 games in 10 days. Sometimes Alex is on the bench. Sometimes Florian. This is the 11 I choose today. It's never an easy decision to make. It's not the first time I've done this. But Mo Salah, I think, is holding them back, mate. I think he's holding them back now. I think whether it's the dressing room, I mean...
he's a luxury player, mate. It's the same. It's like he turned around and said, don't make me defend, and I'll give you 40 goals a season, 40 GA a season or whatever. And he did that last year, but this year he's not, and he's not defending. Like he got walked past by the PSV Eindhoven left back last week. And
you know why, Sean? I think right now he's walking like an Egyptian, right? Like he owns the place.
Oh, fucking hell.
No, but
for all the Egyptians out there, I apologise.
Oh no, it happened again. What did he just say? I guess it's time to say goodbye. We're getting cancelled today.
Don't get worried. It was just a bit of pyramid selling. Everyone does it. Manchester City. This is an interesting one because talking about teams that got loads of wingers, Manchester City are considering triggering the release clause and beating Liverpool to the signing of Antonio Semenyo. What do you reckon of that one? And that's in the Times. That's in the Times, not in the Sun. Not for features.
Wouldn't surprise me. I mean, your mate Lee Judges, I mean Lee Gunner. I mean Lee Judges, I mean Lee Gunner. He said, name me the last Manchester City winger that succeeded. I don't know. I think Jeremy Doku's doing a really good job, but
so do I.
He does have a point generally that wingers are like a bit of a, most wingers don't really succeed at City. But look, they got the draw. They'll be absolutely fine, and it wouldn't surprise it, mate. One thing for sure, Tottenham fans that are watching this, forget about Antoine Semenyo, including you, my man, Adam Horlock.
Yeah,
Adam scored draw, right?
We should have a tune for him. What's the song? I dreamed a dream of days gone by. We should play the tune for him just for a minute. A quick intro when he signs for Liverpool or Manchester City. They are still running with the fact that Manchester City, Tottenham, and Liverpool have all made preliminary contract to express their interest of.
Johnny, 1 second, mate. Just carry on.
Yeah, I mean. Why would all three clubs make inquiries about Ndiaye unless they've received information from other agents or from within clubs or rumours that the club would be open to getting some money in? So we shall see with that one. Manchester United, Sam, if you're here, are serious about signing Real Madrid's Uruguayan midfielder Federico Valverde, and will attempt to capitalise on any interest the 27-year-old shows in moving to Man United. They've already got one Uruguayan there in Ugarte, who really hasn't managed to nail his place down there in the team. I think he's a good player. I'm not sure. It hasn't mentioned what sort of money. Obviously, Manchester United are doing the old trick that Don Fabio used to do, linking Spurs to 8 midfielders, 7 defenders, and juggling them all when really he had another target in mind. And Manchester United are definitely doing that, linking themselves to various individuals. They've linked themselves to Anderson, Wharton, Valverde, Belieber.
Let's see how many of them they get, though.
Gallagher. I mean, yeah. So, but Federico Valverde, good Uruguayan player. And Man United also
good. He's fucking one of the best. He's amazing.
But what I'm saying is he really going to leave there to go to Man United?
He's unhappy, isn't he? I'm saying he's like. But Man United have got the ability. I don't know why. They haven't fucking done anything in years, and yet they still live off the Alex Ferguson fucking brand. Like, it's madness. At what point are people going to go, you're not as good as you used to be? Oh, and by the way, everyone that goes there plays like shit until they leave, but then they leave and go on to do great things. I mean, at what point does the brand of United look like all the glimmers is not gold?
Imagine Preston North End trying to sign a top Italian star. Well, we were amazing in the 1890s. I mean, what do you mean our brand has diminished? No, we were top. We were proper players. Yeah, no, it ain't going to happen. They're still linked, Man United, with Karim Adeyemi. That's another one. I can't see that one happening. But the one that just won't go away is Kobe Mainu to Napoli. Sean, would you take McTominay if you could get him out of Napoli? I would.
To Tottenham, no.
No, you wouldn't. I would.
No.
Kobe Mainoo.
I think the fans, like, I would say, he's not a needle mover. Johnny, just quickly, a lot of those names we're talking about quite. Have you seen the Barcelona are now among the various big name clubs interested in RB Leipzig and Norway winger Antonio Nusa. My guy, man, I've worked with him for about 3.5, 4 years at Tottenham.
You've worn him like a noose around your neck, mate. And one day he's not even going to be there. He's going to be
playing at Barcelona. And Manchester United and Chelsea have both begun negotiations to sign 17-year-old Gremio centre-back. I'm sure for Foxy, Luis Eduardo. Both clubs are expected to make offers in the coming weeks as they don't want to miss out on another wonder kid coming out of Brazil's talent factory. And that's coming from Diario AS in Spain, I think that is, or Portugal.
This is a guy who used to be on traffic duty, but now could be moving to Newcastle United. They're interested in Manuel Kone, the 24-year-old who stood out for Roma over the last couple of seasons. He's your club. He's your club. I don't know a lot about Kone. What do you know about him?
Kone, unbelievable, mate. He was one of my 10 players that Tottenham should have signed in 2024 in the summer, like the season before last. Not this summer, just finished. The summer before that, I think it was, or maybe it's the summer before that. I made 10 videos, 10 names of midfielders that Tottenham should look at. Manuel Kone is an absolute baller player. Love him.
Here's one for you, Sean. It's not a shock, but I can see you can see it happening. Tottenham Hotspur, who are looking at centre backs and defenders to add to the list. A player who we've mentioned many times on the show over the while and on your show, Spurs Talk Show, who happens to have the same agency as most of the Spurs players that have come in.
I know who you're going to say. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, go on. Who am I going to say?
Glasner Bremer.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, I can see
I've always rated him. He's a back three. He's a back three guy, though. Plays for a back three. So
yeah, maybe they're getting him in. Maybe they're preparing the ground for an Oliver Glasner.
Or maybe they're preparing the move to move Mickey van der Ven to left back. I don't know. Yeah. We are linked with a never-ending amount of centre backs, Johnny. And you're sitting there looking at it and you're thinking, well, you've got Romero who's just signed the contract, so you doubt it's unlikely that the story is going to be that he leaves, right? You've got Mickey van der Ven. You've got obviously Danso, who's no problem with him. Dragusin is about to come back, and we're going to test him in a deeper line. I think he'll be fine in a deeper line, by the way. And then you've got Kota Takai, who hasn't kicked the ball yet, but surely at some point he'll be fit. You've got Ash Phillips, who's doing great things at Stoke. You've got Luka Vuskovic, who's doing great things in Hamburg. You've got 7 centre-backs, and yet we're constantly linked with more centre-backs. And I'd understand it if any of them were left-sided, left-footed, like Costello Lukeba, who we have been linked with, like the guy Van Hecke at Brighton, who I'm very happy with. I understand, but most of these right-backs that we're linked with, mate, are right-footed, right-sided centre-backs in a 4, or they're right-footed, right-sided centre-backs in a 3 or a middle of the pack 3. And you're sitting there going, why? It doesn't make sense. But like you'd think at some point the links would sort of realise that they don't make sense unless there's a genuine desire to find another centre-back of top draw. And I'm not sure how that works. I'm not sure where it fits. Listen, they're not good enough. We need improving. And Glasner Bremner's a decent player. He's a top draw player. He's a great player.
Yeah. You know,
bulldozer. He's built like a brick shithouse.
Spoken about him for a long time. Angus has just dropped one, not dropped one, but he's dropped an exclusive. Arsenal agree a deal in principle to sign Ecuadorian teenage twins Edwin and Holger Quintero from Independiente del Valle when they turn 18 in August 2027. You see, the scouting networks operated by Chelsea, Arsenal, and Manchester City are on another level to where we operate. We can just about operate in Hackney and Haringey Council, let alone, you know.
They've got quite a good track record, that club, of developing young players that comes into Europe.
I've got to be honest with you. I read a whole article just before.
Whole article?
a whole article.
So you didn't get bored after 20%?
Oh, no, I read a whole article about the academies in Ecuador. I can't remember the name of the club now. This was before the last World Cup, and that's where I read an article about Pierre Hincapié and Estepinian and the class that were coming through like 4 years ago. And they were saying that the coaching and the staff coming in are rivaling anything that's coming out of Brazil, Argentina, and the likes. And we've seen that Chelsea have signed an amazing kid that comes to them, I think, in another 2-3 years' time. Arsenal just signed another couple, and there's more coming to the Premier League. I'd like to see Ecuador do well in the World Cup. Could be a surprise there. Could be a surprise.
Yeah, I like watching South American teams in the World Cup. Mate, we've been going for an hour and 10, Johnny. Should we just quickly finish off the predicciones for the week?
Yeah, let's quickly do that, and then we'll have to do the predicciones for tomorrow. Obviously, tomorrow's games start on Tuesday, where I start to make my comeback from 30 points behind.
Who's gonna win this weekend? Gotta predict the scores. Gotta be Nostradamus, picking wins, losses, and draws. Who's gonna win this weekend? Gotta predict the scores. Gotta be Nostradamus, picking wins, losses, and draws.
All right, guys. We'll keep this one fairly brief. Couple of words on each game. I think we've spoken about most of them though.
We have
already.
Let's do the Chelsea one. Should we just do the Chelsea Arsenal one quickly, and then just do the scores? So Chelsea Arsenal, fantastic game. Casado, he really was fired up to show that he's just as good as Rice. I was loving the battle. Everything Chelsea gave was everything Spurs didn't give. Right. Chelsea
was the better team by a country mile when it was 11 versus 11.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, Sean, even if you allow the class, it was the commitment, the aggression, and that's what the same as Sunderland. What Sunderland did, Chelsea got at them, right? And you thought when they went a player down that this is same old Arsenal. Ball's always going for them. I've got to tell you, I hate watching Arsenal play, and they're screaming every single time they go on the ground. They win every free kick. They're in their referee's ear the whole time. Arteta is screaming at the fourth official. And let's be honest, they got away with two nice little elbows in that game. But, they went 1-0 up. You just knew Arsenal were going to come back, and I'm just thankful. I think Chelsea did not deserve to lose that game and thoroughly deserved the draw. Yeah.
I think they were the better team.
Yeah.
And actually, I think it's a really interesting, I as much as I hate to say it, I really do hate to say it, I genuinely think that Chelsea are the first team this season, apart from Liverpool, but Liverpool only did it under very weird circumstances. Chelsea are the first team this season that's put a dent on Arsenal, and they looked the better team. They looked, and they deserve, for me. And by the way, I think it was a red card for Caicedo, but I think Maresca has absolutely every right to sit there and say, "Where's the consistency?" It was a yellow card for Bentancur for essentially a carbon copy tackle, and that the red card. He said that the red card was fine, but then why didn't Tottenham get a red card for Bentancur? Which is fine. As soon as it happened, I was like, "Oh, okay, we're down to 10 men now." For me, the inconsistency in the law is problematic because it suddenly bleeds into the world of subjectivity, and then you never know because it's not a science, right? It's a recipe, it's an art form, and then opinions can opine. And I think that I think Caicedo was a bit of a donut for doing what he did. He didn't need to do it. It wasn't in a dangerous area. Then the game pivoted, and I thought Chelsea held on very well. I don't think Arsenal created really anything that was that brilliant. Really? They were down to 10 men. And I'm looking at Chelsea now, I'm thinking on the back of that, with the momentum in their sail, the wind in their sails, it's not going to affect Tottenham anyway. I'd like Chelsea to win a few games to try to see if they can keep that, because I don't want Arsenal to do it. I want Arsenal to stop Arsenal time. And I don't, you know what? As much as I can't stand Chelsea, I'd like Arsenal to choke one more time, and then Arteta then has nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. And if that means that Chelsea have to do it, so be it.
I can't see anyone that's going to dent them because everything goes their way. You know, I mean, they were second best in that team, and the sending off changed the game. You know, but well, they've got Brentford is their next game, and who they got after Brentford? Who are they away to? Arsenal? Any idea? No, but they got Brentford Wednesday. I'm not sure who they've got on Saturday.
They've got Arsenal have got Brentford, and they've got Villa away. Chance. There's a chance there. There's a chance there.
Chance.
Villa are a decent team at home, mate. Villa are a very, very good team. Very good team.
I'd like to see them get at them. That would be great. That would be great.
If just let's assume they beat, they're going to beat Brentford, no problem in all likelihood, right? But if Arsenal, so they're 5 points clear of City and 6 points clear of Chelsea and Villa, Brighton in 5th. So if Arsenal, so City and Chelsea basically need to win both of their games over this week, and we'll do the fixtures for tomorrow. We'll do the predictions tomorrow, and then obviously on the weekend, I'm not sure who City and Chelsea have got. Let me see if I can find out. Oh yeah, so City have got Fulham away tomorrow. They should win there, and then they've got Sunderland at home on the weekend. So let's assume a City 6-pointer, and Chelsea have got Leeds away and then Bournemouth away. So difficult. Bournemouth. I think Chelsea will be fine for both of them on paper. So then City will be on 31 points and Chelsea will be on 30 points. Assume Arsenal beat Brentford, and then let's hope that Villa can do something amazing. If they could, then it becomes 33 to 31 to 30 as you go into the December fixtures. Now we're talking. And by the way, also, sorry, just quickly, I don't know who Aston Villa have got in their second game, but if one of them's Arsenal, then Villa will be right there as well. You know,
100%.
I'm only rooting for it because I want an interesting season. Because
we want an interesting season. We don't want to run away. Okay, let's look. Just to say, guys, there's more chance of me winning this predictor league. Of me becoming the next Spurs manager and Susan Boyle being my understudy, and with the Pope paying up front. Let's go.
All right, so Brentford versus Burnley. I said 2-1. You said 2-0, and Sniffer, representing the chat, said 3-1, and it was 3-1 to Brentford. So Sniffer gets the 3 points. Congratulations, Sniff. And me and you get a point each. Sunderland versus Bournemouth was 2-1. I said 2-1. You said 2-2, and so did Sniffer. Sunderland won that one 3-2. So I get a point. You guys get 0 points.
It was actually 2-2, though, at some point in the game.
It was at some point in the game, yeah. Man City versus Leeds. We all went for big scores. I went 3-0. You went 3-0. Sniffer went 4-1. And it ended up being 3-2. So we all get a point each. Everton Newcastle was we all got this one wrong. I said 2-1 to Everton. You said 1-0 to Everton, and Sniffer went with a draw, score draw 2-2. Everton won that one 4-1 comfortably, so 0 point there. Tottenham Fulham, we all went for home wins and we were all wrong, so 0 points there. Palace Man United, I said 2-2, you said 2-1, as did Sniffer. 0 points across the board because United won that one 2-1. West Ham Liverpool, we all got a point for the Liverpool win, but none of us got the scoreline correct. I said 3-2 Liverpool. You said, you said 2-1 West Ham. Sorry, you said 2-1 West Ham, and Liverpool was the 3-1 winners in Sniffer's eyes. So 1 point to me and to Fox to Sniffer. 0 points for you. Villa Wolves. I said 3-0. You said 4-1. And Sniffer said 3-1. So 1 point apiece. Forest Brighton. I said 2-1 Brighton. You said 1-0. And Sniffer said 2-2. So I get a point and you guys get 0 point. And then Chelsea Arsenal. You said 2-1 to Arsenal. Sniffer said 2-2. I said 1-1. So I get 3 points. So on the outcome of the game.
Hang on, Sniffer gets 1 point because he said a draw.
Yeah, Sniffer gets 1 point. Sorry, Sniffer gets 1 point. You said you get 0, and I get 3. So on the basis of the games, I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9 points. I got on the week. You got 3 points, and the chat gets 3 points for Brentford, Burnley, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 points, 9 points, and 3 points on the predicciones.
And I triple captain Erling Haaland in my defence at home against Leeds. The guy can't stop scoring at home. 3 goals. He didn't even get near. You know, they doubled up on him and tripled up on him in the box, Sean.
Oh.
I know, I'm just saying. It's the first time I've seen it. But I didn't think Manchester City exploited that very well.
Meanwhile, while you're stuck on 0 points again, so you get a week of 3. You got 3 points all week. Sniffer picked Phil Foden, who scored 2, so he gets 6 points, bringing the 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So Sniffer gets 13 points. I think that's a record week for the chat, by the way. Well done, Sniffer. Best of luck with your recovery, mate. But in the meantime, you're a great predicciones guy, but not quite as good as this guy. I don't know what you want from me. I don't know what you want. Okay, I got 9 points, and then I get an extra 6 points, which puts me on 15 points for the week. A record week in the predicciones. I don't know what you guys want. It's almost not even a competition at this stage. I'm sorry, guys, but as we stand, Johnny, you are 72 points to the good. The chat is on 93 points, 21 points ahead of Johnny, and yours truly is 11 points further ahead on 104 points.
Well done, Sniffer.
Well done, mate. Well done, Sniff. Good man. Yeah, the chat's happy. The chat's happy with Sniffer.
Now he represented. I think. Let's be honest. I think the only week that went a bit mad was when who was it that chose that week and had been sniffing Ajax?
Nikos,
yeah.
Nikos had an absolute fucking mare that week. Yeah.
Nikos thought he was in the Flat Earth Society. To be truthful.
Yeah, he's part of the Flat Earth Society. Yeah, because I forgot to mention I got 6 points for Thiago. That was my pick.
Sorry,
6 points for Thiago. I'm only joking, guys. By the way, it's just banter. I'm not
honestly, truthfully, I thought I'd pulled one right out the mud. Right, he goes, "You can't have Haaland back." I go, "Yes, I have." And then I sat there watching the game. I was going, "Is this seriously happening?" And then at half time, Thiago, of course, hadn't scored a goal. I knew Sniffer was doing well because Foden scored after 1 minute. And I was thinking,
I saw that as well. As soon as I saw it, I went, "Yes, City has scored." I went, "Who scored?" Oh no, Foden.
Yes. Guys.
Igor Thiago, but just last question for you, Johnny. Is Igor Thiago making an incredibly strong argument to be ahead of Richarlison in the Brazil squad?
Of course he is. Yeah, of course he is. Of course he is. He'll get called up as well in the next international break in March. No two ways about it.
Yeah,
I expect to see.
I'm only joking, guys. I'm not egotistical like that. It's all fun games.
If you're in the chat, please hit the like button. I know it's a boring thing we keep asking you, but I know some of you got bored that you don't bother doing it. And if you are here for the first time, guys, please tell us where you're from. Tell us what team you support. Hit the subscribe button. You know the script by now. And if you're listening on audio, just hit the like and hit the follow button. We will see you tomorrow. Look forward to it.
Just quickly, does anybody that's here today will be back on tomorrow at some point between 1 and 4. We can ask tomorrow, but if there's any members, the first shouts go to the members that haven't yet done it. We've got to do a predicciones tomorrow. So if anyone wants to, then let us know. Stick it in the chat, stick it now, or stick it in the comments afterwards. Or if not, we'll just pick it tomorrow. CC, listen, if none of the members pick it up, mate, then you can do it, buddy. You can do it. Of course I'm loving it. Of course I'm loving it, but I'm really not. I'm only messing around. I don't really rate myself. If I was that good, my fantasy team would be doing okay, but it's doing fucking terribly.
Mate, listen, I'm going to go and have a word with my manager when I get off here, and maybe look into doing some more research into the results because I need to have a strong word with myself. Some big games coming up. Hopefully, I can pull it back with something meaningful. Guys, it's a goodbye from me.
And it's goodbye from that guy. Appreciate you guys.
See you tomorrow. Bye.
Bye.